Hello, my fellow knights and warriors. This is my third playthrough of the squad leader game, and today I'm going to play Streets of Stalingrad scenario, which is a joint of the scenarios 1 and 2, but with some additional rules like server movement or tanks. And I am going to play it today. I won't be probably able to play it all in the one video because it is going to be a huge scenario, so I think 2 or 3 parts might be necessary. I know that I made some mistakes in my previous video, so thank you for noticing them. I will try to fix them in this video, hoping that I will do all right. These things that I did wrong, well, there is still a chance that I might do some new mistakes because new rules are going to be introduced, but I'm trying to follow the rules as best as I can. Well, I know it is not easy. I'm not as veteran of this game as probably some of you. I know that some people are playing this game since it was released in the 70s, while I am playing this game since a couple of months, so that's something you cannot compare. But I enjoy this. This is a game I was kinda looking for when I looked for the tactical game about World War II, which is not overly complex, because my experiences with Advanced Squad Leader Starter Kit, which was recommended to me, left me with a sight of disappointment. This was not a game I was looking for. It was too complex, too clunky, and some rules literally gave me headaches, especially about the vehicles. While Squad Leader seems to be a lighter version with rules that are a bit more clear. There is everything is a bit more easier to understand, and there are no so many situations where I have to ask the question every time about literally everything. So let's go and play. This is a joint scenario, so to win the battle you have to satisfy the victory conditions from the both scenario 1 and scenario 2. In addition, you get vehicles. 4 Soviet T-34 tanks, they are entering the game in the turn 2, and 5 German Stuks self-propelled assault guns, they are going to enter the game in the turn 3. And I think that's all for the introduction. Oh, one more important thing about the order of movement. Because in the Guards counterattack, Soviets are moving first, and in the Tractor Works, the roll is made to declare who is going to be the first player. So, in Streets of Stalingrad, you have to make a roll to see who is going to be the first player, and then you see who will be the player 1 and who will be the player 2. So, that's all for the introduction. We can start our game now. So, Russians and Germans. So, Russian is the player 1, so he's going to do his actions first on the both parts. So, we are going to play as a Russian, as a player 1. Okay, so we can skip rally phase and we can go right into the Soviet prep fire phase. I will start with this stack of 3 squads. They are firing here. They have 18 plus 3 because of the stone building, so it's 8 plus 3, so it's 11 in the column of 16. No effect. Ooh, it's not starting good for Soviets. Fire now. This one fires on this hex. They have a medium machine gun, so this is 8 plus 2 because of the leader, and 9 again, no effect. Okay, I feel bad for Soviets. Now these 2 stacks are firing here, so they have 16 plus 3 and 8, 11 in the column of 16. Yes, again, no effect. Ooh. And now here, these 2 stacks are firing on this one. This one is concealed, so we will have our firepower halved. So we have 24 and halved to the 12. Germans are in the stone building. Yes, this is stone building. So it's 3. Okay, that's great. It's 3 plus 3, so it's 6. 6 in the column of 12 is morale check plus 2. So they have to leave their concealment because they are made to have take a check. And now 7 plus 2 is 9. So this one breaks. They prep fired. Now there. These two are firing here in the same fashion, so they have 12 plus 3. And again 3. Ah, that's good. Finally some good rolls. So this is 2MC. So this one is removed. And now they have to undergo morale check. 6 plus 3 is 8, so they are broken. And these are prep fired. And now both of these stacks have amazing firepower of 16, so they have two options. First, to fire at each of these hexes independently and gain 8 plus 3, or to fire together on this hex and gain 16. I think I will make a less risky decision and fire at them with firepower of 16 plus 3, this is 10. 10 in the column of 16, this is morale check. So they are revealed because of the having morale check, and now 8, they are broken. Okay, so it wasn't that bad. And they... oh, this is machine gun. So you have to mark a unit with prep fire. You cannot mark a weapon with prep fire. Now, that's all here, and they want to remain concealed, so they are not going to make any fire. And I kinda wonder, you know, they are all concealed, but they are not in danger of being attacked from this direction. So it is kinda tempting to make an attack on this hex. I would have 6 and 8, so it would be 14, so it will be half to 6 because of the concealment. So no, I'm not going to make it so far. If they will need more help, then I might try, but as far as for now, I don't have to. So that's all for the Soviet prep fire phase, and now we are moving to the Soviet movement phase. Okay, let's start here, and now this squad goes 1, 2, 3, and now these Germans are firing at them. This is 4, -2, -1, and -3 because and -2, so total of -3 because of the moving in the open ground. Ah, it's 5. -3 is 2, so they are dead. Off to graveyard you go. But first we need to place target marker. And this, they are first unit which is killed in this game. This one moves here, and now this stack, I mean squad, with light machine gun fires at them. It has 6, -2, 3 in the 6, again killed in action. So couple of more dead Ivans. Germans are firing very good. They are moving here, and first this machine gun fires at them because it has a penetration of 2, so it fires in its line of fire. Oh, let me see if it has them. It fired here, so yes, it has them in its line of sight, line of fire. So it is 2 -2, 11. This is a miss, and now they can fire at them, and they are going to do so. They have 6 -2, 7 -2 is 5, 5 in the column of 6, this is morale check +1. 8 plus 1 is 9. They are broken. At last they are not dead, but even so... Well, this initial assault is not going as I hoped. So now these two, they are moving here, and well, no one is fire at them. So that's all for my assault here, or should I say attempt of the assault, because it failed utterly. Now this squad goes 1, 2, 3, 4. They are firing here. 4 minus 2 plus 2 because of the wood building. 6 plus 2 is 8 in the column of 4. This is a miss. Target marker. This one, they have this nasty light machine gun here, and moving. I wanted to move somewhere here, but running into this building would be extremely risky. I think I will wait for my tanks to arrive. It will be safer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I will go. Or maybe not. No, I am not moving with them at all. They will remain here. And let's go onto this bot. And now the situation is quite good for Soviets, because the first line of German division was literally slaughtered with and broken. So 1, 1. These Germans can fire at them. Do they want to? Because they will lose their concealment if they will do so. But they are going to do so anyway. So this is 6. Let me see if they have a line of sight. I believe they have. Oh no. No, they haven't. This building here blocks our line of sight. So this is a miss. That's horrible mistake for me. And now I have to roll, because there is still a chance that the machine gun will be damaged. No, it's not. That was unfortunate. Now this one works here. It is 1, 2, 3, and now they definitely have a line of sight to this hex, and they are firing and approaching Soviets with 8 doubled because of the adjacent hex. So this is 16 plus 2. 11. Oh hell! At last machine gun isn't broken, but we failed. Let's mark them with target marker, but Germans aren't very lucky now. So that's all here, and now these 3 squads from there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Commander is going to remain on the hex to provide some protection for the fellow broken squads if anyone will break. I believe that some might break. And now them. 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and now they decide to reveal themselves and fire. So this is 6 minus 2. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 in the column of 6. This is morale check plus 1. And 12. Soviets break. Let me see if I will roll 12 if they are not going berserk, because I believe there was something about getting berserk with natural 12, but I have to make sure. Berserk. When the units... No, it is when I get 1, not sorry, natural 2. So no, nothing happens. So target marker and defensive fire. 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. They are also revealing themselves and firing, so they have 8 minus 2. Oh my, they are obliterated. But first let's place a target marker and then off to graveyard. I have a lone squad here, and what this lone squad is going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's all for the Soviet movement. I don't have any other Soviets who I want to move. So this is everything. And now we have German defensive fire phase. So I can remove target markers. I don't need them anymore. And now German defensive fire. So this one fires here. It's 4 and minus 2 because this one moved. 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 in the column of 4. This is morale check plus 1. 11. They are broken, and since they were already broken, they are dead. Here, this one fires on them, so it's 6 plus 2. 9 in the column of 6, no effect. Now my Death Star. This is a total of 18 movement points, so it will be column of 16. I'm firing here, so it's plus 3 and minus 2. So it's 16 plus 1. And 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 in the column of 16, this is normal morale check. So these two Soviet squads have to undergo morale checks. First one passes, second one passes. Now they were lucky. These two squads are firing here with their firepower together, so they have 6 and 8. So this is 14, this is going to be 12, plus 3, and 12, this is a miss. Defensive fire and defensive fire here. Alright, this stack fires here. They have 8, minus 3, plus 3, minus 1, so 8 plus 2, it's 10, no effect. Oh, no prep fire, but defensive fire. And now this board. Don't have to much to do here, but there I have all these awesome German weapons, so with flamethrowers, heavy machine guns, etc., etc. So my goal is to give Russians in this factory a hell. Please remember that they are fanatics, as long as they are in the factory hexes, so they have their morale up by 1. So I am starting with this flamethrower, and it fires its flames on this hex. So this is 10 because they are concealed, and I am ignoring terrain modifiers. So this is 8 without plus 3, and it is 5. 5 in the column of 8. This is morale check plus 2. Good. It is 10 plus 2, it's 12. So they are broken. And now I can fire at them with my own firepower. So this is 8 plus 3. It's 7 plus 3, 10, no effect. Now, this stack fires on this hex too. So they have 8, 4, 6, 10, 16. So they have 16 plus 3 minus 1. So it's 16 plus 2. It's 11 in the column of 16. No effect. Oh, this flamethrower fires here. So it's again 10. So it's 8 without a terrain modifier. Oh, it's 11. This is incredibly unlucky roll, because first of all we missed, and from the second time it is more than 9. And when you are firing the flamethrower and you get a 9 or more, then you are out of fuel and your flamethrower is no more. Ugh. That wasn't lucky. Okay, so they are firing here with their normal firepower. It's 8 and it is halved because of the building, so it's 4. Nothing. Now, the only hex that I managed to reveal so far is this one. Not very good. So now, this stack fires here. I have 8, 10, 18. So it's 18. It is halved to 9. So it's 8. Plus 3 and minus 3. So it's 8 and no modifier. Oh no! It's 12. Not only we missed, but we also have our light machine gun here broken. Let's place this one here, and let's mark this stack as defensive fired. I feel bad, really. Now, this stack, I mean this squad, there is a single squad here, is firing there. So this is 8 plus 3, no effect. It started pretty good, but it's not ending well. I hoped to reveal more of them, and I managed to reveal on this only one hex. That's not what I wanted. So, that's all for the German defensive fire, so we can remove all the defensive fire markers now. And now we can do advancing fire. So, where my Soviets want to do advancing fire? I believe them, they are going to do so. They are firing here, so they have 6 and 6, and it is halved because they moved, so it is 12 to half, so it is 6 plus 3, and it is 3 plus 3, it is 6. So this is morale check plus 1 for the Germans here, and 6 plus 1, 7, they passed. So let's mark them as advancing fire. They are firing here, and they weren't moving. Notice that there is no movement mark on them. So they are firing with their full firepower. So it is 12 plus 3. And 6 in the column of 12. This is morale check plus 2. 11 plus 2 is 13. They are broken. Advancing fire. Now, there. They are firing here on this hex, so they are firing on the adjacent hex. So they have their firepower halved because they moved, and doubled because of the adjacent hex. So they have 12 plus 3. And it is 6 plus 3, 9. 9 in the column of 12. This is morale check for Germans. It is 5, so Germans passed. Pretty good. Next, there. I have 12, and 4. So this is 16, because again I am firing on the adjacent hex. Plus 3, 8 in the column of 16. Morale check plus 1 for Germans. 8. So they are broken, and due to this fact they are eliminated. Okay. Advancing fire. And I think that's all for the advancing fire. I believe so. I haven't any other Soviet units to fire, so that's all. I can remove all the prep and advancing fire and mark all the units are not moving. And now we have a road phase. So Soviets are first to road, and now this squad here. It cannot move here because it will be in the open ground in the line of sight of these Germans. It cannot move here because it will be adjacent to Germans. It cannot move here because it will be adjacent to Germans. And now it can move there, but I'm not sure if it will be in the line of sight of these Germans. I believe it will be. Yeah. And for this hex, let me see. No. And for that hex, no. This one blocks line of sight. So they seem to be safe on this hex. So they can retreat 1, 2, 3. And wait, I need to check if how many movement points I have when I am routing, because I think I have the same number, and now it was 1 because I moved here, 2, 3, and I would need 2 additional movement points to enter this hex. That's the problem. So I need to make check in the rulebook. So yes, it has only 4 movement points, and because of that I cannot move here, because this hex would be overstacked. I have already 3 squads here, and you cannot have more than 3 squads. So I have to stop there. I cannot move any further, and I cannot route anymore, and I have to keep desperation morale marker because I am not on in the cover. Now, any more Soviet units? Yes, this one, and this one routes here onto the commander hex. So that's all for the Soviet road, and now Germans. This squad, it can only route here, but it will be in the open ground in the line of sight of the Soviets. And it cannot retreat here nor there, so it is eliminated. Go to graveyard. This one, well, it doesn't have to route because it is in the line of sight of it is in the cover, but it wants to retreat 1, 2, 3, 4 onto the hex with a leader. So it will be routed. They are all marked as concealed, so they aren't known enemy units, so I can retreat into their direction without issues. And now here this squad routes and 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure about this because, well, I was here and I was in the range of 2 hexes from them. I moved here. I was also in the 2 ranges, 2 hexes range from them. Okay, so I can make it because my distance from them is not closer. So I can make such a retreat. That's good. This is correct. I believe so. If you noticed I made a mistake, you are most welcome to point this. So this is a road phase, and next we have a Soviet advance phase. Okay, so it's kinda tempting to do such an advance here. I feel that they are going to be obliterated, but I will take my risk. Here I will wait for my tanks, but now here, they are entering this hex and they are marked as close combat. Okay, they are moving like this. This one walks here. And that would be all. They are moving here. They are moving here. And this one moves 1, 1, and this one walks there. So it will be safe from his firepower, heavy machine gun. Now I'm going to move 2 of my squads into this wood hex. This is half hex, but half hexes are in use. And now there they are going to move here. So let's place this one above to remember about it. This squad walks here. And I think that's all for my assault movement. Yes, that's all for the Soviet assault movement. So this is the end of the assault movement phase. And next we have a close combat. We have one close combat to resolve, I think. Yes, only one, so it is here. So it's 4 versus 4. They have a medium machine gun, so it cannot be used in the close combat. So this is 4 to 4, so this is 1 to 1. So both sides need 5. Soviets? No. Germans? No. So they are locked in the melee. And this is the end of the Soviet actions in the turn 1. Okay, so now we are going to start with the German half of the turn, but first of all, they moved here so they can take this light machine gun, and they moved here so they can take light machine gun. Because when unit moves on the hex with a weapon which isn't possessed by anyone, it can capture such weapon, even if it is enemy weapon. So I believe they can do so. And now we are starting German part of the game. We are starting with rally phase. So Germans, he hasn't anyone to rally, same him, and he definitely has. So this one has 7 plus 4, and it is 4 plus 4, it's 8. Oh, 1 too much. So I can delete this desperation morale. No one to rally here. No one to rally there. Oh, I have 1 to 1. So it's 8 minus 1. So this is plus 4 and minus 1. 9, no effect. Alright. And now I can try to repair this machine gun here. Nope. And that's all. So now Soviets. This leader rallies this one. 5 plus 4, so it's 9. Minus 2 for the leader, it's 7. So they are fine. They are back to normal. And they have plus 1 because they are fanatic. when they are in this factory. And this one keeps the desperation morale because it is not in the cover. And that's all. That's all for the rally phase. And now German prep fire phase. Okay. Oh, a lot of prep firing here. 8 here. It is 4. Okay, that's great. So it's 4 in the column of 8. This is morale check +2. 9. So they are broken. Prep fire. Here, this is 12. 6 in the column of 12. This is morale check +2. And they passed. That's impressive. And they are firing on them. No, they are broken. They cannot. They are firing here. Or maybe, no, they are firing there, and their penetration factor allows them to hit them too. So it will be 6 and 2. So first of all, it's 6 versus without modifier. It's 5 in the column of 6. This is morale check +1. 7, 8, +1 is 8. They are fine. And here we have 2. It is 9 in the column of 2. No effect. No unit here. This one fires in the wood building, so it's 4 +2. No effect. Death Star fires here. It's 16 +3 -2, so it's 16 +1. And 7 in the column of 16. This is morale check +2. So the first Soviet squad, it's 6 +2, 8. They are broken. And the second Soviet squad, 11 +2. They are also broken. So now that Star achieved a good roll. They are firing here together, so they have 12 +3. And 10, no effect. This stack fires here, so this is 8 +3 -1. So this is 7 +2, 9. No effect. And here. Okay. So they are placing a smoke marker here. And now they are firing there. This is 8, so it's 4 +3. And wow, they got 2. +3 is 5. 5 in the column of 4. This is morale check. So this concealment marker goes out, and now these two Soviet units have to undergo morale check. First the one above, they passed, and the one below, they passed. But at last we managed to remove their concealment. This one fires on them, so this is 8 +3, and they failed. Luckily they weren't using this light machine gun because it will be broken. They can't see anyone. And now these flamethrowers fires here, so it's 8 and 6 in the column of 8. This is morale check +1. It's 10, so even fanaticism is not going to save them. They are broken. And now they fire with their inherent firepower of 8 +3. This is a miss. And they are firing on them. They have total firepower of 8 and 8, so this is 16 +3 and -3 for the leader, so it is 16. And 7 in the column of 16, this is morale check +2. And Soviets passed. Impressive. And I believe this is everything when it comes to the German prep fire. Oh, maybe not. Not. They are firing here. They have 12 +2. That's great. This is 2 +2, so 4. 4 in the column of 12. This is morale check +3. I feel bad for these Soviets. The first one, broken. The second one, broken. So they are both broken. And this one is marked as prep fired. They are firing here. Let me see if they have line of sight. I believe they have. Yeah. So this is 6 and 5 in the column of 6. Morale check +1 for Soviets. 7, they passed. And this one fires on this hex, or maybe here. There are 2 Soviet units, there is 1 Soviet unit, but well, they are more dangerous, so I'm going to fire at them. I have 8 +1. That was a wise decision. It's 3 +1, 4. 4 in the column of 8, this is morale check +2. So the first one, it passes. Second one, it passes. And wow, they have 1. So let me see if they are not going berserk. I believe they are. And fate. Yeah, if Russian unit makes a morale check and rolls natural 2, it becomes berserk. So they are berserk. That's not what I wanted to do. Prep fire. And that's all for the Germans. I haven't any good places where I can lay my prep fire now. So that's all. I'm going to mark change label turn 1 because this smoke remains until the next German rally phase. So it is good to mark in which turn it was placed to remember that it's going to be removed. So this is everything when it comes to the German prep fire. So next we have a German movement phase. The question is if I want to move. They are not going to move because moving here would would make them fire at me with 12. Something I would rather avoid. Nothing to do here as well. And now there. Well, I am making my movement here. And 1, 2, 3. I see this big group of Soviets coming, so I need someone to stop them if they will get too close. Now, this huge stack is useless on this hex, so it makes sense to make them move closer. But they carry this heavy machine gun, so this makes them pretty limited with their movement. So I will do something like this. This squad with light machine gun and the leader is moving first. 1, 1.5. and 2. Now these Soviets can fire at them. They have 14 and plus 1, and this is 14 minus 2, so it's 12 minus 2. Oh my, it's 6. Minus 2 is 4. 4 in the column of 12, this is morale check plus 3. This smoke is not working, I believe, because a line of sight crosses the edge of the hex, and I think smoke is not working if the line of sight is crossing the edge. No, nothing is written here about this, so I believe it's not working. So we have 4 in the column of 12, so this is morale check plus 3. So first the German leader, he breaks, and now they will have to take additional check because of the leader's breaking. Next, they, morale check plus 3, they break. And now they have to take an additional check because of the leader. 6, luckily they passed. So let's place a target marker. Let's mark them as defensive fired. That's not good. No good. Okay. So, and now this group with heavy machine gun. And heavy machine gun has has 4 portage points. Any squad carrying okay, leader in the squad. Let me see. A squad may carry up to 3 portage points, and the heavy machine guns have 4 portage points, so my movement is reduced by 1 because it's 4 minus 3. So I can move 3 movement points, so 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3. Alright. Now this group is it's useless here, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. This group with light machine gun, it's moving 1, 2, 3. And that's all for the German movement. This is the end. Now Soviet defensive fire phase. Let's go. Here. This one fires on this hex. So this is 12. It's 9 plus 3, it's 12. In the column of 12, no effect. This one fires here with 6 and plus 3, no effect. These two fire here with the firepower of 12 plus 3, 7, okay. I think they achieved something. 7 in the column of 12, this is morale check plus 1. 6 Germans passed. They are firing on this hex, so this is 8 plus 2. No, oh, machine gun breaks. Yes. Not only they failed, but also they damaged their machine gun. They are 1, 2, 3, 4. They are firing here, so it's 12 plus 3. 11, no effect. Russians haven't good luck with their defensive fire. 8 plus 3, it's 10, no effect. Now here, it's 8. No, this is melee hex, so I cannot fire. I mean, I can, but I will hit both sides, and that's not something I would like to do, so no. And now here, they have 10, and they are forming a fire group with them, so this is 10 plus 8. So it and they only they have the firepower doubled because of the adjacent hex, so they have 20. It's 20 plus 8, so it's 28. So it's 26, 24 plus 3. It's 7, so it's 10. Morale check plus 1. 7 plus 1, 8. Germans are broken. So at last we are reaching the making our way to the factory. Now here, and they want to fire on this hex. And now 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have a line of sight and range, and now they want to fire as well. Let me see if they have a. Yeah, they have. So we 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have a 12 plus 3. 11, no effect. Too bad for you guys. And now they are firing on this hex, so they have 4, 6. 6 plus 4, it's 10, and 14. 14 plus 12, it is 26. So we have 24 plus 3. It's 9 in the 24. This is morale check plus 2. And plus 2, it's 8. So Germans are broken. And they all fired. I think this is everything where I can do my defensive fire for Soviets. Looks like so. I don't have any. I cannot see any other opportunities. So this is the end of the defensive phase. So we can remove defensive fire markers and track markers. And next we have German advancing fire phase. So can I perform any advancing fire? Yeah, I can. Here they have 6 because they moved and they are on the adjacent hex. So they are 6 plus 3 and 4. This is 7 in the column of 6. This is morale check. 7. They passed. So advance. And well, that's all. So no more advancing fire. Now rally phase. And who is going to rally? German first. Sorry, road phase. Oh. Okay. This group wants to get out of here with a leader. So they are moving here and there. This one also needs to get out, and let me see if they can. They cannot enter this hex because it is in the line of sight and the range of fire of these Soviets. This hex seems to be safe, but Is it really? 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe these Soviets from this... No? Yeah, they have a line of sight to this hex, so no, this hex is prohibited for me. This hex, of course it is, so I cannot retreat anywhere, and this one off to graveyard. This squad retreats here. And that's all for the Germans. Now Soviets. This one retreats onto the hex with a leader. These two retreat on the hex with a leader. This one retreats on the leader. Come on. Here and there. These two, well, they aren't adjacent to the enemy, so they are not routing. They are staying here, and this squad definitely has to get out of here onto this hex. That's all for the road phase. And next we have a movement phase, advance phase. So Germans are advancing. I am not advancing here anywhere. I am advancing there, and I am taking this light machine gun. This one is broken, so it cannot advance. Now there. Not much of the advancing here. Oh, this is a leader. I mean, he can join this fight, and that's why I'm going to do, because he will provide a cool modifier for the for his soldiers. So he moves here. Now this group with machine gun moves there. This one joins them. So we will have a solid line of fire somewhere here on this road. This group moves here. This group walks there, or maybe not, maybe not. This one, this group walks there. Here the same. This one with light machine gun and I have to make this stack look better. This one moves here. This goes there. And I think that's all for the Soviet advance, German advance. So that's all for the German advance. And next we have close combat. And there is only one close combat to resolve, which is here and now. Soviets and Germans have both 4, so this is the same, but now Germans have their leader, and the leader provides -2. So both sides needs 5, but Germans get -2 modifier. So Soviets, they lost, and they are not didn't manage to destroy Germans, and Germans 6 -2, it's 4, so Soviets are dead. So leader definitely helped. Okay, and that's all when it comes to the Germans, right? That's all to the Germans, and this is the end of the turn 1. We are moving into turn 2. So, we are starting with Soviets, and we have to go with the rally phase first. So this commander rallies this squad. 7 plus 4 and -2, it is 9. Still not enough. So this one is out. Here we are trying to repair this machine gun. One, it is repaired, that's great. Here, commander tries to rally these two squads. First one, second one, no effect. Here, he tries to rally this squad. No effect. This commander has no broken squad with him. They are not adjacent to the enemy, so they can remove rally marker, but desperation morale marker, but that's all. And this concludes Soviet actions. Now German actions. This commander here tries to self-rally. 6, 7 plus 4, no effect, so he cannot rally himself. And now this good order leader rallies this squad. 7, no effect, because of desperation morale. So nothing here. Here, this leader, he rallies squad without desperation morale first. 8 and -1, 7, so they are fine. And now the squad with desperation morale, 7, no effect. They are fine. They are fine. This leader rallies this squad. 9, he fails. I haven't any more of the Soviet German stuff to fix, I believe. No, I cannot see anything. So this concludes rally phase of the turn 2. Okay, so prep fire phase. And who is going to fire where? 12 plus 3 here. 9 plus 3, it's 12, no effect. Here, 6 plus 3, no effect. Oh, I think that was a mistake. I should move instead of prep firing. Well, that's bad. This one is broken. They are firing here, so they have 12 plus 3, 10. 10 in the column of 12, no effect, no effect. Here I have 8, so I'm targeting this hex, so it's 8 plus 2, and no, machine breaks down again. That's unlucky. And flip. They are firing here, 12 plus 3, 10. In the 12, this is no effect. It looks like Russians aren't very lucky now. 8 plus 3. Again, nothing. And here, oh, now this is a different situation. Okay, I think I forgot to rally here, them. So this one should take a morale check. 7, so it remains broken and it cannot be removed. And I cannot remove this desperation morale because of the presence of the enemy units on the adjacent hex. Okay. So now they are going to move, so they are not going to fire. They cannot see anyone. They haven't any targets. Well, only this hex can be targeted, so I will try to make it. So it is 4, 8, 12. So these 3 are firing here. It's 12 plus 3 and 2. Oh, this is 5. 5 in the column of 12. This is morale check +2. And the Germans passed anyway. Ha! They were lucky. No more prep fire here and now there. They are firing on this hex, so they have 8, and they are helped by them, so they have 6, because they are not firing on the adjacent hex, so they have the normal firepower. So this is 8 plus 6, so this is 12 plus 3, and 7, so plus 1, morale check +1. First the German leader, 8 plus 1 is 9, he passes, and now his men, 4, they pass. And now there. They are firing here, so they have 8, -2 and +3. 6 plus 2 is normal morale check for Germans. And 8, they are broken. Finally some decent shot for Soviets. They weren't very lucky during this prep fire phase. And they are firing here into this smoke. They have total firepower of 4, 10 and 14. So this is 28, and they are firing into the smoke. I have to roll to see the cover of the smoke, and this is 4. So they have 28 plus 4. It is natural 2, so this is 6. 6 in the 24 is morale check +4. So this German squad has +4 and 5, almost. One less and they would pass, but they are breaking. So at last Soviets are defending this factory well. And that's all for the Soviet prep fire phase. Right, that's all. So now we have Soviet movement phase. And I'm going to start slowly with these tanks, because we are going to see tanks. Each type of tank has its own movement points. And now they are entering from this hex. It is half, because when tank moves down the road it spends a half of movement point. 1, 1.5, and I'm not moving closer because I'm not going to. I don't wanna to be adjacent to the enemy units, because enemy infantry can attack your tanks when it is on adjacent hex. Now, a half. Now I can rotate, because when tank enters a new hex, it can rotate without spending additional movement points. So it's half, 1, a half, 2, a half, 3, a half, 4, a half, 6, a half, and this is where it moves. This tank moves 1. Rotate. A half, 1, a half, 2, a half, and that's where it stops, to make it to have its covered arc in this direction. And finally the last Soviet tank. A half, one, a half, 2, a half, 3, a half, 4, a half, 6, a half, 7, a half, 8, a half, 9, a half, 10. So that's where it writes. So that's all for the tanks, and now let's go to the infantry. I'm not going to make any movements in this zone, but here, well, I'm going to make some movement. First of all, this one is berserk, so they have to move on the hexes to make them walk, be as close to the enemy as possible. So they go here. They can fire at them, but they don't want to, because when unit goes berserk, it cannot be forced to make morale checks. So it can be only destroyed by kill in action. This is pretty hard. 1, 2, 3. They are taking this medium machine gun and they are fired by them. So this is 6 plus 12 plus 3 and no effect. Let's place target marker here. They are moving here. This one moves 1, 2, 3, 4 and takes German light machine gun. This one moves 1, 2, 3. This one moves 1, 1, 2, 3. I wonder if anyone can see them. As for them, I am not certain. I think this building would block my line of sight, so I'm not going to risk fire that would provide me, that would give me no effect. And they are moving here, and now this one, which is alright, fires at them. So this is 8 minus 2. It is 7, so this is morale check plus 1 for Soviets, and 8 plus 1, they are broken. And this one gets defensive fire. This one moves 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3. They. This hex is in the line of sight of them, so this is not a wise idea to walk here nor there. I will wait a bit until tanks will help us to get rid of them. Maybe. We will see about it. And now here. This one with light machine gun moves, and the leader moves here. It's 1, 1.5, 2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, and 3.5, and this one moves here. So that's all for the German movement, Soviet movement here. I don't have much else to do. Yeah. So now, after the end of the Soviet movement, we have to remove track markers, and next we have to undergo with German defensive fire. So, It is 12 here and 10, no effect. It is 4 and 5. 5 in the column of 4. This is +1 and they passed. This one fires here. It's 6 and no modifier. 4. Oh, good. 4 in the column of 6. Morale check +2. They failed, so they are broken. Defensive fire. My Death Star hasn't any suitable targets. This squad with light machine gun fires here. It's 6 +2. No effect. They target this hex, so they have 12 +3 and no effect. This one fires on this hex, so it's 8 +2. 7, morale check +1. So first one passes, second one passes. Okay. And now there. It's 12 +2, 2. Yes, it's 12 +2 and -2 because of the leader. So 8 in the column of 12. This is morale check +1 for the Soviet squad. +1, it breaks. Defensive fire. Nothing to do here. And now they are firing here, so this is 6 +2, no effect. And this flamethrower hasn't anyone in its range. This 8 fires on them, so this is 8 +3. No effect. This group hasn't anyone in the firepower in the line of sight. So that's all for the defensive fire. So we can remove defensive fire markers. And now Soviet advancing fire phase. Tanks can fire in the advancing fire phase, but firing in the advancing fire phase with tanks isn't really easy thing, because when your tank moves during the movement phase, it gets +5 negative modifier. So, and for example, to hit units in the building, you need 8. So effectively, you need to roll 3 or less to hit them now. So I am. This is almost the same as we are going to roll 2, and then you get your main armament being damaged. So no, I'm not going to do so. I'm not going to risk damaging my main armament. So none of these tanks fires. And now my leg units. Ooh, there. So now here. They have 6. They also have 6. And why there is also machine gun only? Okay, looks like I made some mistake. That's bad. Okay, so now this is 6 and this is 6. So this is 12. They are firing on this hex. with concealment, but only a leader actually is concealed here. All the other units are not concealed. So they are firing with 12 on these other units and the 6 on the leader. I think I can make a even bigger firepower. No, I cannot. These are Germans. I wanted to fire with them, but no, they are Germans. So this is 12 versus 2 units and 6 versus a leader. So first 12 plus 3, 6 plus 3. In the 12 this is 2 MC. So for the first squad it breaks, and for the squad that is already broken, 8, it is eliminated. Now against them. It's 6, 10, 10 plus 8, 18, plus 2, it's 22. So it is 22, and they are going to join as well, so it's 22 plus 6, it's 28. So I have 24 plus 3. It's 5 plus 3, 8. 8 in the 24, this is plus morale check plus 2 for Germans. And they break. Okay, so let's mark all these Soviets are advancing fires, to not fire them again, because it is easy to forget who fired when you have so many units around. Okay, now nothing here and nothing there because they are already fired. So that's all for the Soviet advancing fire. So we can remove prep and advancing fire markers. And next we have road phase. So Soviets have to road phase first. So this one roads here on this leader. Nothing to do there. They are routing onto this hex. And they are routing onto this hex. So that's all for the Soviet road, and now German road. This one cannot route anywhere, so it is eliminated. This one cannot route, so it is eliminated, and this leader remains here. But enemy is on the adjacent hex at the end of the defensive fire phase, so he is his cover is revealed. Now there, this German squad has to retreat. They are retreating here. They can. There. And 1, 2, 3. So they cannot retreat any further. They have to stop here. This one. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, I cannot enter on this hex because it would be overstacking, so I have to finish here. That's all for the German road phase, and next we have Soviet advance phase. Tanks cannot move in the advance phase, this is quite important. So 1, Nothing to do here. And now there. This one advances here. These two are advancing there. This one advances here. Oh, this carries medium machine gun, but I believe it can. And now this commander is eliminated because if commander himself all alone is involved in close combat, I believe he's eliminated. Let me check. Oh no, he's fighting with the firepower of 1. Okay, so no, he remain. This will be close combat. How many units do I have? 1, so they can move here. This stack enters this close combat. They are moving here, there, 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 there. A leader remains here to rally this squad. This leader moves here. And I think I haven't much else to do with Soviets during the advance phase. Oh, they should be there. So that's all for the advance, and now we have close combat to resolve. Let's go here. We have 4, 6 and 10 versus 1. So it is 10 to 1, and the Soviets need 11, and Germans are targeting a single Soviet squad, so they need 3. So Soviets and the Germans failed, so off to graveyard you go, and this concludes this close combat. And this is the end of the Soviet actions in the turn 2. We are going to Germans now. Alright, so that's the end of the Soviets, and now Germans and their rally phase. So let's start with German rally. Here, 4, they are back to normal. Now they don't have to rally. Same. This one, well, I'm going to keep the rally marker because dispersion morale marker, because I want to move them on this major. Or maybe I should remove the morale marker, and I will make major join them. While in the other, to do not forget about it, who is here, I will place this one above. I have to repair this light machine gun, and to know it remains broken. Now this commander, he tries to rally this. First, this commander tries to rally himself. He made it, and now he tries to rally this squad. 6. He did. So they are back to normal. Here I haven't anyone who can rally them, so they remain broken, only without desperation morale. And that's all for Germans. So Soviets. This leader rallies these 2 squads. First this one. 9, but this is -2 from the leader, so they are fine. Next this one. 7. No, they remain broken. Here I am trying to fix this machine gun again. No, nothing happens. These 2 squads, first one, he's back, and 8, They aren't. So one of them is back to normal, the other is not. This leader 7, this squad is back to normal. And there they are fine, so I don't have to rally anyone. And here in this factory 10, nothing, but I can remove desperation morale marker because there are no Germans on the adjacent hexes. So here I can also remove desperation morale marker, and that's all for the rally. Oh no, here I can also remove desperation morale marker. So that's all for the rally phase, and now we have Germans going with prep fire phase. So this one fires here, they have 8, and they are not joining with them because they won't be able to use their commander, and they are going to use him. So this is 8 plus 3 minus 1, so it's 8 plus 2, 7. This is morale check plus 1 for the Soviets, and they passed. Now they are firing here as well, so this is 8 and 6, so this is 14. So this is 12 plus 3 and 7, so it's 10. In the 12, no effect. They are joining their firepower against this squad, so they have 12 and 12, so this is 6 and 6, so this is 12 plus 2, 9, right? It was no, it is stone building, so it's 10. 10 in the column of 12, no effect. Oh, no defensive, but prep. They are firing on this hex, so 12 plus 3. Oh no, sorry, my Death Star. Yes, Death Star fires here, so it's 16 plus 1. It's 6 plus 1, so it's 7. 7 in the 16, this is morale check plus 2. And Soviets made it. They are also going berserk. These two are firing here, so it's 12 plus 3. It's 9. It is morale check. For the first squad, passed. Second squad, also passed. Okay. This one fires here, 8 plus 2. No effect. So that's all here, and now there. They are firing on this hex, so they have 16 plus 2 and minus 2, so 16 and 0. 8 in the column of 16, morale check plus 1. 7, so Soviets made it. Here they want to fire here. Let me see if they declared their fire. Let's see if they have a line of sight. Not here, but there. Yes, there is a line of sight. So 4, 10 and 14. So it's 14 plus 3. Yeah, this is stone building. And 9 in the column of 12, morale check. So the first Soviet squad passes, the second Soviet squad breaks, and the broken Soviet squad passes, but it gets desperation morale. This one breaks. Judging on my previous experiences with this game, this corridor is pretty dangerous for Germans, so that's why I placed this very strong group here. And now here. Oh. And this smoke is removed because it was placed in the previous German rally phase, so in this rally phase it should be removed. Now they are firing here, so they have 8 plus 3, and they are joining with them, so they have 16 plus 3, 8, it's 11 in the column of 16, no effect. They haven't anyone in the line of sight, they haven't 2, and they haven't 2. So that's all for the German prep fire phase. Next, let's go to the German movement phase. I don't think there is much movement for Germans. At last, not here, not there, and now. I will try to move here with this squad. And this one, oh no, this one moves there. So it's fired by the Soviets, so they have 28 because of the adjacent hex, so it's 24 plus 3. Oh my, it's 7. This is morale check plus 3. I feel bad for Germans. 9. So 1 too much. If there will be 1 less, they will be safe, but now they are broken. Let's place a track marker. And that's all. I don't have much to move with Germans, so this is the end of the German movement phase. And next we have a Soviet defensive fire phase. So we can remove track markers. Okay, Russians finally can use their tanks, and that's what they are going to do, certainly. So, this tank fires on this hex. This infantry is in the stone building, and when your infantry is in the building, let me check. Infantry in the building, this is 8, and 8 because red numbers are for Russian tanks. So we are firing on the 1, 2, 3, 4 range hexes, so 1 to 6. Infantry in the building, so we need to roll 8. There are no negative modifiers for firing in here, because we are firing during defensive fire phase, but not versus moving target. So we can ignore case A, and none of the other cases are used. So we need 8 to hit. We got 5, so we hit. That's good. Now we have to check the effect of our hit. We were firing with the 76mm gun, and in the infantry fire table 70mm is 8. So we hit enemy with firepower of 8 plus 3 for the stone building. So 7 plus 3. This is a miss. Yes, this is pretty annoying because you can get a hit, and even so you can there is a big chance that you won't get much because you won't damage the enemy. Alright, so now here I have 6 and I am targeting them, so this is 6 plus 6 and it's doubled, so this is 12. So I have 12 plus 3, it is 9, And now this is a morale check for Germans. They made it. No good. And now they are making a combined attack on this hex. So they have 6 and 6. So this is 18 plus 3. It is 8. So it's 11. 11 in the column of 16. No effect. Ah, that's bad. This machine gun is out of service, so I have 4, plus 2, plus 3, and minus 1. No effect, of course. I'm not even surprised. This tank fires here. I have, again, I need 8 to hit, and I got 8. And now I am firing with firepower of 8. 11, no effect. At last the gun wasn't damaged. Now here I have 12 and I am firing here. 12 plus 3, 5 plus 3, 8. Normal morale check for for Germans. 8. They are broken. So the situation is pretty stable on this board. There are no drastic changes. The Germans are still holding these two buildings that are usually the ones that Soviets are targeting. Okay, now here. What can I do? So they are firing on this hex, so they have 12 plus 3. And this squad, well, I have one squad here, so I can use it. So I do have 12 plus 4, so it will be 16. Okay, that's good. 16 plus 3 and 3. Okay, that's 6 in the column of 16. This is morale check plus 2. So German leader 8, he's fine, and now his men 9 plus 2 minus 2, they are broken. This tank targets this hex too. So this is 2 hexes range versus infantry in the building, so I need 8. 7, I hit, and now the effect, the column is 8, and the roll is 7, plus 3, no effect. It's kind of disappointing that you are managed to score so many hits, but even so you won't be able to damage any of these Germans. And now here, most of these Soviets cannot see anyone, I think. Yeah, this one can fire here. It is 6 plus 2, 10, no effect. And I think that's all for the Soviet defensive fire. Well, here, no, well, but they already fired, so I cannot fire here. And there, okay, this one, here, it is 4, and with a leader, so it's 8 plus 1, 9. Okay, they were lucky. No effect. So that's the end of the Soviet defensive fire, and we can remove defensive fire markers. So next we have a German advancing fire phase. I don't see much of the opportunities for Germans to perform successful advancing fire. These are weapons only. Here, there, there. Well, no. No advance fire for Germans, so let's remove all the prep and advance markers. And next we have a road phase. So Germans are routing first. No one has to route here, there. Now this squad routes there. So let me place it. This squad routes here, and the leader moves with them. I mean, he will move in the advance phase, so let's make an order. This squad routes here, and then there onto this leader. They are fine, right, they are fine. So I think that's the end of the Soviet, of the German road. Now the Soviet road. Let me see. Well, they are in the building, so they don't have to road. No one has to road here, because there are no German units on these hexes. So that's all for the road phase. And next we have German advance phase. Okay, who is going to advance and where? Well, this commander moves here to rally his men. They will advance on this hex, hoping they will be able to beat these Soviets. So let's place close combat marker. Nothing here, nothing there. And here, all the assault attempts on this factory are failing so far, but I need to try. So I am moving here. Okay, so that's all. I think yes, I'm not making any more advance. And now, since I can remove these markers, because I have I advanced it on this hex, so they are now visible to me. So that's all for the German advance. Yes, and next we have German close combat. So we have the only close combat here. I have 8 versus 6, so this is 1 to 1. This is not enough to get 1 to 3, 3 to 2, so it's 1 to 1, but Germans have a commander that provides them -1. So Soviets decide to attack a simple one of the German squads, so they have 3 to 2. So Soviets need 6 and the Germans need 5, but Germans have -1. So Germans 6 and -1, so they hit Soviets, and the Soviets 8, they failed. So the Soviet unit is destroyed. All right. And that's all when it comes to the German actions in the turn 2. Right. So we can remove move markers, and that's the end of the turn 2. Let's take a look on the graveyard. Soviets lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squads, and the Germans lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squads and the leader. So far German losses are higher than Soviets, and it should be otherwise, because in this game usually these are Soviets who are suffering higher losses, but well, looks like it is a bit different now. So we are going into turn 3. Okay, let's carry on with turn 3, and we are starting with rally phase. Soviets have initiative now. So, this commander rallies this squad. 7, they are back to normal. This commander tries to repair this machine gun. Nothing. This commander tries to rally this squad. Nothing. No one there. Nothing to do here. And there I have to rally this man. 6. Oh, but they have to be placed with desperation morale, because there is enemy unit on the adjacent hex. So there will be 7 and there will be +4, so it will be 10, and -2, so it will be 8, but they are in the factory, so they are fanatics, so their morale is 8. So they will be fine, they will be rallied anyway. Okay. And I think that's all for the Soviets. And now Germans. Nothing here, nothing there, and here. This commander tries to rally this squad. 6, 10, they pass, they fail. Nothing here, nothing there. This commander. 9, nothing, no effect. Here. Oh my, it's 12. It's a natural 12 during the rally. Let me check if it's not something very bad. Because I believe there was something about it in the fate section. Any infantry unit attempting to rally which rolls an unadjusted 12 has taken unexplained additional casualties and is eliminated. Yeah. So they are off to graveyard. No commander here, and here they are all fine. So that's all for the rally phase, and now we have to go into the Soviet prep fire phase. So I will start with my tanks. This tank fires here, so I need 8 to hit, and this is a miss. I can also fire independently with my machine gun, with firepower of 4. 4 plus 3, no effect. They have a 12, so they are firing here with or maybe there. Yeah, there. 12 minus plus 3 minus 2. So it's 12 plus 1, 5. Ooh, good roll. 5 in the column of 12. This is morale check plus 2. So the German leader, he passes first squad, 7, and there was plus 2, so they are breaking, even with the help of the commander. And the second squad, they are also breaking. Okay. So I'm not going to fire with them. They might be more useful during the movement. He is firing here with 4 plus 2 minus 1. No effect. This bot is mostly for about exchanging the fire in this game. Now this tank fires here, or maybe there. No, I'm going to fire there. So 8 to hit. This is a hit, and now 8 plus 3, no effect. So now a machine gun, 4 plus 3, 8, no effect. They are firing, but they are berserk. Can I fire them with in the prep fire phase? Let me check. No, they cannot. So I can only fire with this squad here. So they have 8 plus 3, 6, 9. No effect. That's all here and now there. This tank cannot see anyone. This tank can fire here or there. I will target this hex because this is more dangerous. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are 5 hexes range. They are in the building, so I need 8. I hit, and now I'm rolling in the infantry fire table. 10, no effect. Again, why I'm not even surprised about these tanks. They are much more effective when they are attacking enemy in the open ground, especially because they can overrun the enemy, but they cannot overrun units in the buildings, so not much use of them now. And here I haven't any opportunities to fire. Save to them. They are firing here 6 plus 2. This is 7, so it's 9. No effect. Okay, so that's all for the prep fire. And next we are making a movement. So I'm going to start here. I would like to have a commander to rally this squad and these two squads too. So this commander moves 1, 2, 3, 4. This commander moves 1 and 2. This squad moves here and they are firing at them. It's 6 plus 2. No effect. Let's mark them with target marker. Now this one moves there. Oh, I should remove desperation morale marker from here. Now this squad moves here and there, and they are taking German medium machine gun. This commander moves here and there. These 3 squads, 1, 2, 3, and that's all on this in this part of front. Now here 1, 2, 3. They are taking light machine gun and they are moving 1, 2, 3. This one carries a German machine gun, and medium machine gun has a portage points of 4. So I have my movement points reduced by 1. So it's 1, 1.5, 2. This hex, I think it's already fully stacked. No, these are 2 squads, so I can still get a 1 squad here, there. So 1, 2, 3, or maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. They are taking machine gun. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this tank half, 1, a half, 2, a half, 3, a half. And this is going to stay like that. Now this squad with machine gun moves. It's going to stay here. So that's all for this board. And now this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this one is fanatic. It has to move as to the closest enemy unit around. There are 2 enemy units in the same range, so I have to check it with a random roll. So 1, 2, 3 for them, 4, 5, 6 for them. It's 1, so I have to move here, and they are firing now, so they have 6 minus 2, it's 4, minus 2, it's 2, so they are dead. This is the only way to actually stop berserkers from moving, because you cannot force them to take checks. They are safe from morale checks. They can be only destroyed, so that's good that we were able to kill them. And I think that's all for the Soviet movement. So now German defensive fire phase. They are firing on them, so it's 6 plus 3, no effect. They are joining the firepower versus this hex, so it's 6 and 4, so it's 8 plus 3, no effect. They are firing here, it's 6 plus 2, no effect. Death Star has no targets. They fired, this one fires here, so it's it is 8 plus 2. It is 9 plus 2, this is a miss. Oh no, defensive fire. And now here, this one has to be marked as DM because of the enemy unit on the adjacent hex. They are firing here, so they have 10 and 14, so it is 12 plus 3. Oh, and this is 3, so it is 6 in the column of 12. This is morale check plus 2 for these 2 Soviet units. So for the first one passed, and the second also passed. They were so lucky here, because this was a very dangerous situation. And now here this squad fires here. 16 plus 3, it's 6 in the 16. This is morale check plus 2, so again they have to take the same check. I totally forgot about this squad actually. This is my mistake as a Soviet player, because I should spray them with fire from these 2 stacks. Ooh. Well, happens. So morale check plus 2, 6, this is 8, but they are in the factory, so they are fanatics, so they have 8, they passed. And the other one, 11, they are broken. Now they have 8 and they have 8, so this is 16 versus this hex, so it's 16 plus 3. Again 6 in the 16, this is morale check plus 2. So first this squad, they are broken, and the other squad is also broken. Okay, so Germans had some good rolls now, while Soviets didn't. And that's all for the German defensive fire. Yes, that's all. So we can now remove defensive fire markers, we can now remove track markers, and we can now go into the Soviet advancing fire phase. So they have both 12, they are firing here and they moved, so they have 6. 6 plus 3, it is 6 plus 3, 9, no effect. Nothing there. And here 4, 6, 10. So I have 10, 8 plus 3, no effect. Yeah, I cannot use medium machine gun during the advancing fire. Now there, let me see if I can do some advancing fire. This tank cannot. Well, they can. They have 8, so they are firing on this hex. They weren't moving, so they can fire with their full firepower. So they have 8 and minus 3, plus 3 minus 2. So this is 16 plus 1. And 3 in the 16. Germans are dead. There is a huge pile of equipment on this hex already. And looks like it's all when it comes to the Soviet advancing fire phase. Yes, so now we can remove advancing fire markers, and let's go to the road phase. Soviets have to road first. No options for Soviets to road here and now there. Well, they want to road, but I have already two squads here, so only one of them can actually road. So let it be this one. And the other one remains on this hex. It is not adjacent to any enemy unit, so it can remain in the building. Let's place it DM to remember about it. And now here I have one broken squad, so I can move onto this hex to the leader. And this is all when it comes to road for Soviets. Now Germans, they have to road because this squad is broken and cannot be adjacent to the enemy unit. And nothing else, I think. Yes, there aren't any situations where Germans have to road. So now we have Soviet advance. They are advancing here. And maybe there. Yes, I am making another risky movement, but who cares? They move here. This stack squad moves here. This group continues their advance. They are broken, so they cannot advance. Here, this squad moves here, and they are taking this medium machine gun back. They are taking this light machine gun, and I think that's all. I don't have anywhere where I can successfully advance with any good situation, with any good results. Well, no, they are advancing into this building. So that's all for the Soviet advance. We have no close combat to resolve anywhere, I think. No close combat. So that's the end of the Soviet part of the turn 3. So it is German part of the turn 3, and we are finally going to see some German vehicles coming. But first we are starting with rally phase. So this commander might try to rally these two broken troops. First one, no. Second one, it's 8. -1, it's 7, so 1 returns to normal. Okay. The other one is broken and has to keep the desperation morale because of being adjacent to the enemy units. Nothing to rally here. Nothing there. Well, here this commander might try to rally this squad. 10, it's -2, so and +4, well, no effect, and I have to keep desperation morale because of enemy. Nothing here, nothing there. I will have to move one of my commanders here, and that's all for the Soviets, for the Germans. Time for the Soviets. Nothing here. Here, this machine gun. It's back to normal. I think I already managed to break and repair it about 2 times. Now this squad, it's rallied. These 2 squads, first one, fine. Second one is still broken. Here, these 2 squads, first one, fine. Second one, also fine, because leader provides -1. So they are back to normal. Here, 2 squads, one without desperation morale is rallied, and the other one with desperation morale is not rallied. So let's remove desperation morale, and now here this one with desperation morale, 6 plus 4, this is 10, -2 is 8, and they are fanatic, so they are back to normal. And this one can remove desperation morale. So that's all for the Soviets. Yes, that's all for the Soviets. Nothing to repair. And now we have German prep fire phase. Okay. So who is going to fire where? I will start with them firing here. So it's 4 and 5 in the column of 4. This is morale check, right? This is morale check. They passed. This one fires here. So they are hit with 6, and this one is hit by 2 because of penetration. So for the column, for the 6, it's 4, and 4 in the column of 6. This is morale check plus 2. 10, they are broken, and they are hit with 2, no effect. This one fires here, so it's 12, and 4 in the column of 12, morale check plus 3. This is 6 plus 3, this is 9, they break. Okay. Death Star fires here, it's 16 plus 2, no, plus 1. 10 in the column of 16, morale check, 10, they are breaking. Six plus 3, no effect. Six plus 2, it's 7 in the column of 6. This is morale check, so each of them has to take morale check. First one breaks, second one passes, third one breaks. So one of them is fine, the other two break. No good. Let's place the one which is fine above. Now they are firing here, so it's 8 plus 2. Wow! Natural 2. Plus 2, this is 4 in the column of 2 of 8. This is morale check plus 2. So the first Soviet squad passes, the second Soviet squad breaks. Okay, that's interesting. We still have one Soviet squad which is fine. And now there, this stack fires here, so this is 6, 8, 6, 10 and 14. 14 plus 3, so it's 12 plus 3, and 11, no effect. They are firing their flamethrower on this hex because of the Soviet squad here, so it's 20. 7 in the column of 20. This is morale check plus 2. It's 7 plus 2, it's 9, so they break. And now they fire with their own firepower, so 8 plus 3, no effect. And here they are, this squad and that squad are firing here with firepower of 16 plus 3. It's 8 in the 16. This is morale check plus 1. 5 German Soviets passed. I think this is all when it comes to the German prep fire. Well, they can fire here. They have 6 plus 2, 9, no effect. Okay, so it's time for the German movement phase. I'm going to move here, and I'm taking this medium machine gun. So now they are firing at me with 4 plus 3. It's 6 in the column of 4, morale check for Germans. They pass. So let's place here target marker and defensive fire here. No movement there. And now here. I can finally introduce my armored fighting vehicles. So let's rotate them, because they are going to enter from the same direction. So I will start with this. It goes a half, one, a half, and now this one can fire at him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is defense fire versus a vehicle that moves. So I have +2. The range is 6, and it is enemy vehicle in the clear terrain, so I need 10 to hit this Stuk. So it will be I need 10, and my modifier is +2 for the enemy vehicle that moves. 7 +2, it's 9. I hit this Stuk, but again that's still not over. Now I have to check if I managed to damage him. My vehicle is equipped with anti-tank armor-piercing ammo, because if your caliber is overlined, like here, this means that vehicle has only high explosive ammo, otherwise it carries armor-piercing ammo too. So I hit him with armor-piercing ammo, so let's go to the tables, and now I fired with 76 gun and hit him from the front. So my basic to kill number is 6. This is Stuk 3, so I have +1 to my die roll, because Stuk is smaller than the vehicle, it has no turret. So I need to roll 5 or less to hit it. Not an easy thing to do. 8, no effect. And now it can continue movement. It was half, 1, half, 2, half, 3, half, four. Okay, this is where it moves. Now this the other Stuk. Half, 1, half, 2, half, 3, half. It moves here, and it's not going to move any further. The third Stuk goes a half, 1, a half, 2, a half, 3, a half, 4, a half, 5, a half, 6, a half, and now it is 6.5. Let me mark it, because it's easy to forget about it. And now this tank fires on this Stuk. So again, this is 6 hexes range, and now I have +2, because this one is moving. So I have to get 8 or less. I got 10. This is a miss. And now this Stuk had 6 and 5 movement. Now it goes 7, and now these two Soviet squads are trying to attack it. So let's label it as 7 to remember about it, because if enemy vehicle is on the adjacent hex to you, you can try to make an attack against it. So I have to roll for them. First, I, each of them has to undergo morale check. So first this one, so they made it. Second squad, they made it. Okay, so they are fine. And now they have to make attack versus this vehicle. Let me check if there is a table fitting for that, or do I have to check inside the rule book. I believe I have to say to check inside the rule book. This is close combat, so no. Oh yeah, here. Now, my squad is inside the small building, so I need to roll 3 or less to immobilize this vehicle. So the first squad makes their attack, 8, and the second squad, 7. No effect. So nothing happens. They are still fully operational, but they failed to immobilize this Stück. And now my Stück continues its movement. It was 7, 7.5, and now these 3 squads are also trying to do the same. So first of all, one of them makes each of them makes morale check. First one passes, second one fails, third one passes. So 2 of them passed. The one that fails is not breaking. It is simply not brave enough to attack it. And now they are attacking. First one, they also need 3. So first one, 5, the second one, 6. No effect. It was 7.5, 8, and this one tries to do the same. Morale check passed, and immobilization check fails. And my gun stops here. Now my Stücks armored with high explosive guns. A half 1, a half 2, a half 3, a half 4, a half 5. And now it goes like this. And the last one moves here in the same fashion. It moves like that. The Soviets here were broken, so they weren't able to make their attack against them. So that's all for my Stücks. And now any other German units that are willing to move. Let me see. Well, yes, my commanders. This commander moves here. This commander moves there. And now these 2 squads under this leader is going to stay here. 1, 2, and they are to hide below this vehicle, and they are doing the same. They are moving below. And now these Soviets here are broken, so I can continue my movement, but now they can reveal themselves and fire at me. So do they want this? I think they do. So they have 16 minus 2. It's 3. Germans needed these 3 so bad when they made their attacks versus these Stücks, and now they get it here. It's 3 minus 2, so it's 1, so Germans are dead. But they revealed themselves, so they are now a better target for the Stück, for example. Okay, no more German movement, no more. So that's all for the German movement. We can remove track markers, and now Soviet defensive fire phase. So they are firing on this hex. It is 12 plus 6, so this is 18 plus 3, and this is 11 in the column of 16. I think this is a miss. Yes, this is a miss. This tank fires here, so I need 8 to hit. I hit, and now 8 plus 3, this is a miss. This tank fires here, it misses completely. This squad with machine gun fires here, it's 8 plus 2. Again, this machine gun breaks again. This is damn Soviet technology. I have no other words. This squad fires here. It's 4 plus 3. No effect, just like I predicted. Now there. They are firing here, so they have 4, 8, 10 and 14, so it's 28, and they are firing 2, so this they have 12, so 28 plus 12, this is 40, so this is 36 and more, with plus 3. It's 8, morale check plus 4. So German leader, he breaks. Squad, they break, so they are done. And commander is broken. Now here. Okay, so I think they can fire, but well, we have a Stux here, and Stux can effectively make our line of sight harder to hit because they can block our line of sight. How it works? If your line crosses the hex with enemy vehicle, you can only fire on the hex which is directly below this vehicle, and you get negative +2 modifier. You cannot fire any further. So for example, this squad would be able to fire here, but not there. But I am targeting this hex with these two stacks, so I have +2 for the vehicle and +2 for the wood building. So it's +4 with 4, 6, 10, 14 and 20. So I have 20 plus 4. It's 10, so 14, so no effect. Okay, I think that's all for the Soviet defensive fire. I don't see any other good opportunities to make Soviet attacks, so we can remove all the track markers and all the defensive fire markers. And now we have German advance phase. Okay, so my tanks, my Stux. Stux cannot fire in the advancing fire phase. This is important thing to remember about, because tanks can do so with a horrible negative modifier of +5, which makes it really hard to hit. Maybe if you are targeting an enemy vehicle on the adjacent hex, you will be able to do so, like here, but normally it's pretty hard. While self-propelled guns cannot fire in the advancing fire. Oh, that's unfortunate. So now I cannot fire with any of my Stux, so I can fire with my units, but I cannot see any good opportunities to fire with German units. No. So that's all for the German actions. And now we can remove all the advancing fire markers. And now let's go to the road phase. So Germans, they are routing here. Save to this unit. And here everything's fine. There, well, he has to route, and now he cannot route here because he's in the line of sight of these Soviets, nor here, nor there, nor there, but I believe he can move here. He will be below this tank, this Stuk, so he will be under protection. I think it is possible. Please correct me if I am doing it wrong, but I believe this is right. So I am using this vehicle as protection to move there and then onto this building. So that's for Soviets, for Germans, and now Soviet road. These two are routing into this building to be rallied by the commander. This one rallies here. This one rallies there. These two, they are going to route here to be safe. I cannot move here because this hex is already is fully stacked, so I cannot overstack it. And now there is a Soviet squad here which is broken, so it goes on the commander hex. And that's all for the Soviets. Yes, that's all. So this is a road phase, and next we have advance phase. So Germans may advance if they want to. Yes, if they want to. This is the proper word here, because I don't see any good opportunities for them to advance. Not on this board at last. And here, well, I'm getting out of here because I will be obliterated by the fire. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is all. Not much of the advance here. And next we have close combat. There is no close combat to resolve. So this is the end of the turn 3. So at the end of the turn 3, Soviets are still holding the factory, so they are winning on this board, but Germans are winning here, because so far Soviets failed to control any of these two buildings. And of course not also this and that and that. So Germans are winning here, but they are losing the battle there. That's interesting. But we have more vehicles now on board, so situation might be a bit different in the next turn. But I think this is a good moment to finish this battle for now, because it's already quite long. I planned to record only 2 turns, and now it turned into 3 turns long video, and you can see already how long it is. Mostly due to the tanks, I believe, but also a lot of units on the board. So let's take a look on the graveyard at the end. Soviets lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squads, and the Germans lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squads. So German losses are definitely higher. So that's the end for the turn 3, and I think this is a moment where I can say enough for this part of the video. I will be back soon with the next part of this battle. Till then.